again. So we're doing dynamics and inequalities in business, and this is our part 2. And then let us pin my comment. Okay, cool. Okay, so today we're doing dynamics and inequalities in business, and we're doing our part 2. And on today's live, we are going to be having Sibonga, also known as Miss Tap Tap. So before we start, as I said, I'm trying to make my life easy. I'm going to do another introduction. So welcome to the IG and welcome to my YouTube channel, because I am going to be posting this on my YouTube channel. So before we start, I am going to do a quick introduction. I'll try and make it quick. This woman is very busy in her life. So I'll try and do like a quick introduction so that you guys can have an idea of who Sibonga is, what she stands for, and what is it that she does as a woman, you know, in South Africa, basically. Her full name and surname is Sibonga Makatini. She's also known as Miss Tap Tap Sibonga. She's 24 years old and she was born and raised in Eshowe. She is the last born child of the living legend Tap Tap Makatini. Among the things that she does, she's an MC and host. She's a model and brand ambassador of Ikola Harmless Striving and Hush or Hutch Creations. She's also the face of Ngudini Bundu's game. She is also a student at Rich Tech College. The list is just literally endless. And then she also has a TV show at 1KZN TV, which plays every Saturday from 6:30 to 10 p.m. and it is called the Social Distancing Indoor Party. To wrap it up, she does have 2 companies under her wings. The first one is a modeling agency where they do promotions, fashion shows, and brand activations. The second one that she does is she has an online lingerie boutique, and they do deliver nationwide. So that's basically so that you guys have an idea of who Sibonga is, what she stands for, and what she does. So for today's video, I'm gonna allow her to join in the conversation, and then we shall start. Okay, as we wait for her to come up. Hi. I feel like we're matchy because you have something with like yellow mustard.
That's
nice.
That's
and we have braids. And we have braids.
I get the more to wear.
Yazin, you got the memo. I hope you get the introduction.
Yes, ma'am.
I tried. Oh, you're a very busy woman. I hope too much. Too much.
You good though?
Yeah, I'm good. Unjan Mena.
I'm Swami.
Awesome. Okay, so let's just get right into it. I have to try and keep my IG lives short, so they have to be at least about 30 to 40 minutes because
I'm the MC.
Okay. Okay, we'll see. If the thing is, it cuts after an hour. So if in one route it's gonna take more than an hour, then we'll cut it and then we'll start again, so that it just cuts.
Okay, I get. Let's our precious time as 7 day.
Okay, cool. Okay, so as you know, we're doing the topic dynamics and inequalities in business, and you are a woman and you are in business. So on Sunday, Benkuluma Gracia, who is also a woman in business, she does hair products. So we spoke about basically conflicts in business, and we spoke about gender inequality and basically racism in business, obviously, because there's always going to be you're female, you're black, so obviously you can't start a proper business, and all that. So the first thing we're going to discuss is basically what's the one thing that you think singayenza as abantu in business to reduce like conflicts and like some clashing dynamics in the business world, basically.
Okay. Okokuqala, gender has become a norm that men should refrain and abesifazane should strive. Abantu besifazane need to be eliminated. Uyacabanga? Okay, as for conflicts, thina we lack planning sisebenza in the workplace. Poor staff selection, poor communication,
That's very
frustration.
important.
Yes,
Yeah.
frustration, stress from ekhaya uzosiletha thina emsebenzini. Oh, yeah, I think ilokho.
So I think in the evaluation ratio, the most important one that stood out for me is the planning, because
Yeah,
as
planning
much
is
as
very
sizama ukuthi
important.
senze sure ukuthi yonke into it's under control and whatnot, but siba emotionally, yabona,
Kakhulu,
uba
kakhulu.
emotionally attached to ibhizinisi, ube emotionally attached to njengoba ushilo ukukhetha istaff, so ukuthi fine sifuna ukuthi si-empowerishe abantu besifazane, but you need to choose umuntu wesifazane who is qualified for that specific position,
Yeah.
because obviously if ukuthi uqualified and yonke into ihamba kahle, zizoncipha vele iy'nkinga, uyabo, ngeke zibe khona iy'nkinga
nanokususa inkinga ekhaya kuzoyiletha-ke emsebenzini in the workplace.
yes,
Hayibo.
sengenani
Mawufika nje egeyithini wehle emotweni yakho, shiya i-stress emumva.
Yabona. That's very, very important, because bebesho ukuthi last week besikhuluma ngakho futhi ukuthi abantu besifazane si soft naturally, because sikhule sazi ukuthi siyanakekela in yabo, but it's very, very important into eshoyo ukuthi mangabe ufika emsebenzini zama by all means ama-emotions wakho washiya emotweni, washiya emnyango before ungene emnyango, before ungene
Before uzosibingelela nje wasala.
yabona,
Yes.
right. So that's okay.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the next question. Is into A1 foods, you can even mention more than one. Which we can do to reduce gender and racial inequalities footy in business. So I think the one thing is discussing what we're saying asisho ukuthi mele ba eliminate abantu besilisa emabhizinisini, bafaka abantu besifazane. What we're saying is mele ungabi treated otherwise just because umuntu besifazane.
Yes.
Ungabi treated otherwise just because you are a black person.
Yes. Kwakuyilezi ey'khathi zokhokho bethu. Siyalingana manje, siyalingana. We're 50-50.
That's a topic for another day. Okay. But no, okay. But I think your opinion, what can we do in the business world to make sure abantu besifazane nabantu besilisa they're treated equally, and basically abantu abamhlophe nabantu abamnyama they are treated equally?
Come again.
So mele usho ukuthi, like, in your opinion mawucabanga yini mele bayenze in the business world ukuze benze sure ukuthi abantu besifazane nabesilisa are treated equally, and then abantu abamhlophe nabamnyama basically, so just to make sure ukuthi there's no inequalities due to gender and your race basically.
Oh, okay, now I get you. Emsebenzini akumele ukuthi ngoba nakho umhlophe ngikhalathi ngiNdiya, okay, ngoba nakho kuzokhuluma isingisi, I'm from mina ezilalini, so uzoba ngcono. Uzothola ukuthi mina futhi ngifunde kakhulu kunawe emsebenzini, so asekithi ngisokuthi wena utreat special ngenxa yebala lakho. No, emsebenzini siyalingana, we are equal emsebenzini.
Yes, so basically nje you are advocate, you are saying as in it doesn't matter ukuthi what's your skin color, but mele we're saying this to my manager, my bosses, and whenever you're a boss yourself, so I'm saying this to you. Saying this to you, bosses, managers, supervisors, musani treat otherwise just because mina ngimnyama, wena mpofu, yabona, wena yes. So okay. Cool. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, that was just basically a recap from what we were talking about last week. Today, sasingena in today's conversation. So the first question is basically as a young black woman who is in business, do you ever feel like there's doors that are intentionally closed by the systems, or feeling as like you need to try and open? Or would like this, let's say in Clampe, for example, did you feel like, because you have a modeling agency, did you feel like there were doors you couldn't open just because you were black and you were female to start your business?
Okay. Since the dawn of the universe, we as women have been subjected to the element of gender submission. We have been groomed to be. You have to be groomed. Yes. You understand? Yes, because times have changed. We get to the work. We raise the kids. We hustle. We own our business. What this stigma? Sizo maganti. Nini.
That's the thing, yes, because it's exactly what you're saying, Wuti. As much as basically nje masibuyele emuva nje back emandulo mawucabanga kahle, it was always bebekwa phambili bekumuntu besilisa. Okay, fine, umuntu wekhaya uyazonakela umndeni,
uzohamba yosebenza, mina ngizovuka
yes, wena mama belubuke ekuseni uklina igceke unakekela abantwana in yabo.
Ninjalo I'm pregnant. Ngiyacabanga.
Ngithi uyabona. Izinto manje ziyashintsha. So I think basically what you're saying is abantu besifazane must be given a recognition that they deserve.
Yes.
And going back to the question, so do you ever feel like there's iminyango evalile intentionally just because umuntu wesifazane ongakhona ukuyivula, noma do you ever feel like you have to work extra hard to open certain doors in business just because umuntu wesifazane, or it's been okay so far?
So say it's not okay. Angifuna ukuthi yebo, angifuna ukuthi cha.
Yeah.
Kodwa ngiyakufila ukuthi yes, ngiyakufila ukuthi ezingumuntu esifazane kunezinye izinto ababona ngathi ngeke ngize ngikwazi ukuzenza, kodwa abakaze bengivimbe. I think babona ukuthi nginawo amandla okwenza, that is why bengangivimbi, kodwa ukubeka ngabe beyancindezela.
Yo, that's very powerful.
Yes.
Mhlambe, do you have into a example onganginikeza yona mhlambe that we can build on?
Okay, as umuntu esifazane waye uzohamba uyosebenza ebusuku lapho kuzobe khona abantu abesilisa ebusuku, because since ngu-MC ngiyathola ama-gigs asebusuku, uthola the event starts ngo-7 ntambama iyoze uvalwe ngabo-3 AM. You understand?
Yes.
So it's like manje angisekho safe, mina angikwazi ukuzinakekela. Yes, my point exactly.
Yeah, but I think bottom line is it's not necessarily what it's safety. It's saying why kumele wenze wena umuntu esifazane, why ungayekela umuntu wesilisa to go there.
Yeah, my point exactly.
Yes, which is what I get you definitely. And then what do you mean? I'm trying to think. See, when you're talking, you lose track of stuff, of things you were saying. Okay, so let's go back to starting a business. So when you had this idea to start your business, did you feel like there was a door that was like so hard when you just because you owned it?
Not exactly so far. We are pushing. I'll just say yeah.
Okay, so the next one is, so if we're looking at business today, what needs to be changed to reduce the existing inequalities and basically to allow growth for young entrepreneurs who are women, who are Black African women, just like yourself, basically in our country? So the thing is, when you're saying everything has been okay, it's just those and those things there. So obviously, I understand because you probably don't have experience firsthand. You're going to, okay, fine, I've been through 1, 2, and 3. I'm feeling as I say, I'm passing and whatnot. Just to ask you something, a bit off track, have you ever worked with just male?
Yes, I was working with bona bodwa nje izolo. I was the only one umuntu wesifazane. And futhi kuyasebenzeka. Yazi ukuthi kusebenzeka kakhulu if uwedwa futhi umuntu wesifazane kunabantu besilisa kuphela, because kwesinye isikhathi thina abantu besifazane sigcina sisicompete, ungazi ukuthi sikhompithela ini ngabe siyasizana. Yeah.
Yes. So mawusebenza with just abantu besilisa kuphela, do you feel like mhlawumbe bakutreat fairly or bayakunika la respect ukuthi okay fine, me I'm this, you know,
Yes,
let's say
but into wrong eyenzakalayo, they give you special attention okugcina sekuthi ezinye izinto sabeyakwenzela, yabo, ungabe wena izinto lezo uyakwazi ukuthi uzenze, uzogcina ungasafundanga ungasazanga lutho, yabo, ngoba ngeke phela behlezi bekhona, ngeke behlezi bekhona.
yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So going back to my question, so first, the first portion of it is, do you think there are inequalities that exist in business? In your refer to the industry, do you think like inequalities in terms of you being a female and someone with a modeling agency being a male? Would they rather choose you more or them more? Do you feel like you couldn't know inequality there?
No, angeke ngisho kanjalo. Into engayisho ukuthi bengachuza obonayo ukuthi uyimisele kangakanani emsebenzini wakhe. If ethatha mina nama-model ami for ukuthi amsebenzele amenzele leyo nto leyo ayifunayo, sizowenza kahle yini umsebenzi. Mhlawumbe ngaqala e-check ukuthi na Tap Tap Queens agency isebenza kanjani kunobani bani agency, ubani o-best. I don't think ukuthi bengathatha ngokuthi ngi-female yena uyi-male. Bengathatha ekuthenini mina umsebenzi wami ngiwenza kanjani, ngiyayimisela yini ngawo, ngiyawazi yini. Yeah.
Yes. So basically, that's how all along.
Yes. So
that's fair. That sounds fair enough. It's fair enough because obviously it is full of but to deliver, right? You know, we're on point and on track. Okay, cool. And then, do you feel like there's anything that basically the country, like maybe the government can do or other businesses can do because about recognize abantu besifazane who are young entrepreneurs khona bezo empowerishwa babe ne growth yabo bakhule nikhulise your businesses guys yabo into kanjalo?
Angeke ngisho ukuthi ugovernment mhlawumbe engakhipha imali yokukhulisa amabhizinisi amancane ngoba uyayikhipha ugcine ungazange ukuthi iphelele. Ngizoboshwa kuneyindaba. Kodwa sengikhuluma kakhulu. Kodwa ke the government iyiphuma imali ukuthi from age 20 to 30 years abanama business abasawaqala bekwazi ukuthi bethole imali. Mhlawumbe ngabe ufuna ukwenza ikipa zekhampani yakho, ufuna ukuthenga imishini, ngabe ufuna ukuthunga, ngabe ufuna ukwenza ini, ikiphume lo mali. Kodwa ke igcina ingafikanga, asazi ukuthi inqhamuka kuphi. Angazi ukuthi kuphi lapho ofike ime khona bese kuthi ingabe isakwazi ukutholakala. Yena ugovernment uyazama ngawo konke okusemandleni akhe.
And do you think khona mhlawumbe okungazanywa maybe like some private companies, umuntu I decide okay fine ngizothatha i-Tap Tap Queens because mina I'm a proper agency manje sengikhulile, I have like 20 years experience for example ne ngizothatha Tap Tap Queens, I'm gonna groom them, ngibakhulise, ngibafundise ukuthi business lishawa kanjani, noma nje ngiba incubate yabo, ngibafake like ngaphansi kwengalo yami nje, I'm like okay fine guys mandinga usizo ngo 1 2 3 nje. Do you think izinto ekanjalo would they help young businesses to grow?
Kakhulu ube futhi kwenzeka kanjalo ngabe sonke sigude ngeimpilo zethu, ngabe sonke siyasebenza, ngabe akekho umuntu ohlezi. Yes, ngikuthiwa nawe unane boutique uyazi ukuthi how okay abasebenzi bami bangene beshintshana, yabo, mhlawumbe Monday to Wednesday ufaka abanye, Wednesday to Saturday kungena abanye bo bayashintshana. Ngabe akekho umuntu olambile, ngabe sisebenza sonke futhi ngabe sonke siyakwazi ukuthi sikhulisane because okubalekile ukuthi sikhulisane.
Yes, definitely. So I think we've covered almost all the questions.
Yes.
So it was not a lot to be so cool. I just thought namhlanje You do a lot. I want to know how you do it. And basically, I wanted to understand if you've had any problems along the way in terms of mhlawumbe umuntu athi awusponsor i-event yakho just because you're a female. Last week into bese sakhuluma ngayo ukuthi khona abantu sometimes umuntu athi uSibonga muhle, we know, ume kahle and stuff. So athi umuntu Sibonga awusponsor i-event yakho ngizokunikeza imali ukuthi, but mhlambe athi let's maybe go to a hotel, few rounds inyana and stuff like that. Have you ever encountered any of those problems?
Yes, that is why ngaze ngavula i-modeling agency yami ukuthi ngisize lezi ngane lezi ezincane efisa ukumodela, because abantu besilisa they took advantage ukuthi akho ivele ngobusamncane mangithi ngizomenzela 1 no 2 no 3 asambeni se hotel uzovuma. So agency yami work as a shield because mina sengimdala awukwazi ukuthi kumina ngizokunikeza imali ukuthi for your event or ngizokunikeza imali ukuthi wenze 1 no 2 bese se hotel. Kungcono ungangisponsorish yekela.
Like why in the first place? Because you're not genuine. Yes.
Because if uma ukuthi ke ufuna ukukhokhelwa shona ukuthi ena ngisokhokhelana kanjani, because phela uma ufaka imali ayicwili iyabuya bese ngiyakwazi ukuthi ngikhokhele kancane. Yeah.
So you said something very important. So now agency yakho, it's now working as a shield
to protect amantombazanyana asemancane.
I see Usne. I'm on Usne. I know she's my friend, and she's also one of your girls, the one with the heart.
Oh, you know her. Yes.
So let's just talk about your agency becoming a shield. You're saying it's becoming a shield in what sense? I say dissect your parts there.
My idea with company was inspired by abantu besifazana abastrugglishayo to survive in this dominant industry. My biggest concern was that men always took advantage from young girls in exchange to give them umsebenzi. So my agency worked as a shield. Yaba kusela kulo environment.
Okay. Like you
so angisibona bangaphansi kwami. I have 44 more.
Yo, it's a lot, eh?
And now they're 44. Okay, so you book. You need 10 girls. You need 10 girls. Good sit azo promote the company, azo promote the event yakho, event mhlambe ngokuthi ngomhla 31. Okay, bazo promote abona since 15 December. They promote flyers basho ukuthi ngomhla ka1 kunendawo ekanje. Please come through zobe kumnandi 11. Okay, wena as a client angithi vele communicate nami uzokhokhela mina. Asekho idingo sokuthi imodel yami iqale ivume wena uyishele umuntu wesilisa ngoba vele ngeke izigene lutho. Usukhulumile nami yangena imali ngabakhokhela mina. Bona into abayaziyo ukusebenza kuphela. Ngiyabalanda ngiyahambisa. Even masebenza ngiyabathengela nanokudla bezohlala isikhathi eside.
Yes. Just to be off topic, Angana, do you think by doing that, you have reduced rate yabantu besifazane who end up getting raped just because of your promoter emcimbini othile? Rate yabantu besifazane who end up getting killed just because of your promoter emcimbini, just because nje benganayo agent bengaphansi kwakhe, uyabona? So sekugcine kube ukuthi abavumelananga manje nomuntu obebaqashile, and then 1 or 2 and 3 happened. Sekugcine engasafika ngekhaya safe, usefika ekhaya sereshiwe.
Kuyenzeka. Okay, angithi vele uzobuya ngaye akanayo agency uyimele or untombazane ena 20 or 19 years vele ayinayo transport. Isiyaqeda umsebenzi mhlawumbe usethi umuntu anxashile ayihlala phansi uphuza if kuthiwa uyaphuza. Yabo sithatha ngoba vele qedile umsebenzi phuza. So kuyaphuza sefanele ehambise usena endlini yakhe. Izinto ezikanjalo ziyenzeka ngisengaweza lo ma cases akanjalo. So mina ngi-manager yengane zami the Tap Tap Queens agency, ngibahambisela emsebenzini ngazi ukuthi emva kwa 4 hours baqedile usebenza mina ngibabuyise. If bezolala endlini ngiyafona abazali basuke bazi abazali bakho, ngiyacommunicate nabazali bakho kuqala. or else
Yes.
ngiyabahambisa futhi emakhaya bafike bephephile. I have to make sure ingane zamantombazane lezi andisancane kumele sinakekele.
Definitely. And then how old are your models? In age? What age? What's your minimum, Jay?
From 17 years old to 20, 26. Okhulile una, yeah, una 26. Kodwa uyangihlonipha. Uyangihlonipha nomsebenzi wakhe futhi uwenza kahle yazi. Kuya ngokuthi nikhulumani manje ndawonye. Uthini kubo uthini kubo yes.
Sorry, Nami was doing the thing. I'm like, what's happening, man?
Your line is petty. Yo.
All along, and then now I'm like, my router needed to charge. Alright, but okay, yeah. No.
All right, Mama, you kinga.
So yeah, I was still saying, Guti, I actually love the fact that instead of you just seeing a business as a business, you're also seeing it as a shield for growing and grooming young girls. Because I'm sure apart from just teaching them about the modeling agency, promoting
emphakathini.
Exactly, you'll discuss things.
Yeah.
So
even into kwi-page lakho nje because abantu bayakwazi and umuntu ubuka kakhulu iwall yakho yabo before approach. Kumele wenze sure ukuthi awubhani noma awupost noma ngabe yini. Nezinto ezingenasidingo ukuthi uyipost.
Yes. That's very important. So one of my mentors, she's like 40 something.
Wow.
And so one of the things everything I post on social media is very, very, very important.
Yes.
Sometimes even umuntu ofuna ukuqasha uyathi go back to your social media platforms ukuthi upost izinto ekanjani ucomment kwizinto ekanjani and all that drama. So what you're saying is very, very important ukuthi obviously kumele ubheke ukuthi uposta izinto ekanjani social media page lakho clean yini noma liveze like another side yabo ngamele uveze nabantu yabo in a professional world. So that's very, very important. I think the next thing I wanted us to talk about, I'm trying to think because now we're just not talking about the topic. Because yeah, no, what's you 24, Sibonga? I'm 24.
When is the birthday? How see we interview
October. It's in October. So you're 24, and when I look at all the things that you do, I'm like, I don't understand how you keep up and understand and I know apart from
nokuphuma ekhaya enabazali kubaleke kakhulu ufuna izinto eziningi ukuyiphatha kahle kwakho ngaphandle nje siyazi ukuthi nozazi futhi ukuthi ufunani empilweni.
Yes, about the one thing including ngifundisa ukuthi you need to know yourself as umuntu.
Yes.
Uzazi ukuthi ubani, umeleni, ufuna ukumelani, ufunani empilweni uyabona. And basically obviously kumele wazi ukuthi impilo oyifunayo ibukeka kanjani. And not just saying ngifuna impilo kanje kumele ube like specific ukuthi okay fine impilo engiyifunayo ngifuna impilo kanje.
Ngoba phela vele impilo ayihambi ayihambi ngendlela esuke siplane ngayo kodwa phela akusho ukuthi yenza izinto ezi-wrong because mina at ngangina 18 ngathi and when mase ngina 25 I have my own apartment, my own cars. I'm talking about limbo game, you understand?
Yeah, I know. I know.
Okay, mase ngina 25 I doubt ukuthi kuzobe kusokwenzakalile lokho engikufisayo kodwa ke angizame phela angapheli moya yabo.
Ngiyabona just nje ukuphusha
Nje.
it's very important.
True.
And then another thing is ikhulumile ngicabanga ukuthi it's very important ukuthi obviously you're going to reach a point in your life where uhlangana khona with a white person or Indian person angakuphathi kahle, be it mhlambe ebhizinisini lakho or mhlambe nje emsebenzini usebenza uyabo. So into abalekile ukuthi wena kumele decide ukuthi ufuna ukuchithwa kanjani.
Yes.
And then bese uyakhona ukunderstand ukuthi okay fine, if mina ngifuna ukuthi abantu bangiphathe kanje nami obviously ngizofuna ukuthi abantu ngibaphathe ngale ndlela uyabo,
because abantu baphatha ngale ndlela nawe obaphatha ngayo.
Yes, definitely. So khona uzoyithola leyo obviously ngeke kufane, but obviously if you're trying to build a relationships, especially in business, it has to be a two-way street. Ngekuloku receiver and then wena ungakhiphi lutho yabo. Yes. I think that's about it. And then so tell us about your other business.
I also have the Tap Tap lingerie online boutique. Sinemaprint amahle ama-bikini ama-lingerie Korean national. I think mhlawumbe ngonyaka ozayo ngizobe ke senye mhlawumbe ngine-shop yami eMpangeni, mhlawumbe ne-shop eyodwa eMandeni.
Great. Yo, girl, you're taking over the world, eh? Like, coming for all that money. You're coming for all that money. Okay. And then, yeah, definitely. I love your spirit. I love Uti. You just like, you're going for everything with Funa. You're not saying, okay, fine, it's a bit too hard to achieve or what. You're just going for it. You're going for it.
Ngikwazi no-accommodate ney'ngane ama-pijama ey'ngane even abantu besilisa futhi nawo ama-underwear zawo bekwazi ukuwathola.
Great.
Yes.
Okay, I'll take it. But I think we are done. So what I will need from you is links for all your things so that you can on my YouTube page. So that abantu can buy the lingerie. Even guys can buy them. Guys can buy for your girlfriend, your husband, and your wife. Yes, you know. And then obviously they can always book you or your models for AMA events if they want. You guys present them and promote the events.
I also have a show njalo bangithi ukuthi njalo ngo-Saturday bazongithola ka-1
I did.
Channel 261.
Oh, I didn't even I don't watch TV so I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't watch TV.
Channel 261.
I don't watch TV, but I'll do 261
yes,
yes. I know Saturday from 6:30 to 10 and it's called the social distancing indoor party. Yes, that's the one. And before ballet, I would just like any advice that you would give to a young person. Let's say there's a young person who ohlele ekhaya njengamanje, mhlawumbe uyekile emsebenzini.
Mhlawumbe omncane na 16 kanje. A young version of me or umuntu ohleze ekhaya.
Umuntu ohleze ekhaya. Let's say a 21-year-old person. Let's say 21, 22.
Okay.
Don't look at me like that. Man,
I'm sorry.
No. So basically, let's say I think let's not be specific with the age. Any age group. And uphathwe kabi mhlawumbe like by a white manager emsebenzini or an Indian manager emsebenzini, and they feel like it's the end of the world, you know, and they can't start that business or what. Or let's say example it's someone who's young who went to pitch idea at bank to try and get funding, and they were like, no, you need to have what this and this and this and this, and they didn't have this and this and this. What advice would you give to someone? I think let's make it business. What advice would you give to someone who tried to start a business, couldn't get funding, and maybe they were discriminated against just because umnyama and they're female? If advice like, girl, like, dust yourself up, what would you tell them basically?
I would tell ukuthi akabeki isandla phezu kwesandla engalindeli funding. Mina ngina companies awuthu njengamanje akaze ngithole funding. Yes, akaze ngithole lutho, kodwa okuncane ngangithole ngangisave even 300 rand ngiyacabanga ngangusave ngubekela ukuthi ngoba ngiyazi ukuthi ngifuna ukuyaphi. Lo ophathwe kabi manager yakhe emhlophe, I would say ukuthi namanje but isakhona. Let the land were taken, minerals were taken, economy were taken. In 1994, we were granted to entry ama restaurant. Esingawa afford it in abantu abamnyama most yabo.
Esingawa own, uyabona?
Yes,
esingawa own.
Kahle kahle ubabethu asingene ngo1994 because sasingavumelanga eqaleni. Just bathina asocleaner noma soba ngama waitress. To this day, 84% of the economy is still belong to the apartheid beneficiary, whites. So if manager omlungu zama ukuthi usave imali ethela bekezela hlala lapho khona, uhlala lapho khona, ubeka imali nawe uqala into yakho. Zimele azifundeni ukuyimela. Why wena uzofuna uvuka emsebenzini uyolalela umunye umuntu ukhuphula umunye umuntu? If ungavule yakho into uzovukela umunye umuntu.
That's the thing. This is another thing. It's almost like uphila a dream yomunye umuntu. You're living out of my ideas, wabo, and basically our ignore our work obviously. But what we're saying,
COVID-19 ama-business inqwaba avaliwe, abantu abaningi bahlezi emakhaya abasebenzi, kodwa kube iqalele yakhe into angithi ngabe uyazama ukuthi okay ngabe ngenze kanje zivaliwe inkampani eziningi zivaliwe.
And if you think about it, inkampani eningi ivaliwe, it means more black people abangenayo imisebenzi.
Yes, nje ibona abahlezi emakhaya.
Yes, so exactly what you're saying. It was very powerful in 94 and some restaurants, they opened those restaurants and everything, but obviously because we couldn't afford, the only way to get a restaurant was to be cleaners, was to be waitresses, barmen and bowling. So
singene uzongena ekuseni emsebenzini ngo6 uzophuma ngo10. Awusena isikhathi family yakho lapho usazi nokubona ingane yakho, even abazali bakho uma kuthi ushadile ke hayi ke uzolanya. Uzolanywa uphela uzolanya.
No, I think we've touched on everything. And you also touched on, I forgot to ask the apartheid question, but basically I think just to touch on it, the apartheid was there, you know. So it basically has to do.
Yes,
I think it all I'm saying it all has to do with Tina. Sizibona sikuphi nokuthi sizimiselanga kanjani ukuthi sisebenze sisifike la esifuna ukufika khona at the end of the day, because obviously into enhle ngisho ukuthi if you want to start a business kumele ukhumbule ukuthi akho umuntu okukolotayo, uzikoloda wena. Ayekho umuntu wathi Sibonga if ungayiqali i-agency, i-modeling agency ngeke uzofika endawo. No, uwena wathi Sibonga if ungayiqali i-modeling agency kuzoba yinini abantu besifazane bedlala abafana just because bafuna ukusebenza in yabona. Kuzoba yinini lokho engigxuma between ama-agencies, students ukuthi ngiqale yami i-agency yabo ngizimele. So it all angithi uyabona. So akekho umuntu owayekolota, but wawuzikolota wena. That's why you started, and that's why you're still grinding and going, uyabona. So I think it's also that yazi apartheid yafika yasihlukumeza, sasihlukumeza namanje, sas-oppressive njengamabesifazane especially, but it still doesn't mean ukuthi we can't do it. And there's this one quote engayibona ethi I wanna black women and black excellence was so good. It's so good that they had to oppress it. Because if we are surviving even through their oppression and whatnot, like it was so good that they just had to oppress us, or else so we're gonna take over the world. So now, man, it's the same thing. We're still doing the and this is
ayithathe enze into ngoba nje hayibo inzima impilo la ngaphandle impilo.
Yes, I can.
Ukuze nawe futhi uphile impilo ethandayo kubalekile ukuthi usebenze. Ungasitshela ukuthi uhalela ipizza kodwa awunawo imali ukuthenga ipizza. Uhalela kanjani into ongayafuthi? Uthingelo bani?
I don't afford yangiphethe nje. Like I'm like, I get so personal.
Uyihalela nje into ongazokwazi ukuyithenga. Hayibo.
No. I didn't afford that with self.
Wow.
Yeah. But I think so steady. Any last words before sivale?
Ngizokuthanda nje ukuthi ngiyabonga ukuthi ngibe ingxenye yanamhlanje ngibe nawe. Ngiyabonga kakhulu okwenze kimi ukwenze nawe abanye futhi kuyinyanga esifazane ke ngikufisela okuhle kodwa nekhampani yakho futhi sengathi futhi ingakhula. Kubalekile ukukhuleka sisami.
Thank you.
Okay.
Anyway, bye. No, again, and continue growing. Mwah, love you too, babes. Bye.
Thank you.
As we forgot to ask if there was anyone who wanted to ask a question, but
okay,
and they just joined. So I don't think we have questions. If we have questions, they can ask them on the comments, and then if we it's something now, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Awesomeness. Bye.
Bye.